What if I told you that the most effective weapon for spreading an idea is to try and destroy it? That the surest way to make a voice immortal is to try and silence it? It sounds like a paradox, but history is filled with this strange, powerful pattern. It's a story of unintended consequences, where a single act of violence, meant to be a full stop, becomes instead an exclamation point that echoes through centuries. Today, we're not talking about tyrants. We're talking about a different kind of figure, the martyr. And we're going to uncover the ironclad rule of history. Trying to kill an idea by killing its messenger is perhaps the greatest strategic blunder you can make, because it transforms a person into a permanent, unstoppable symbol. To understand why, let's create a picture in our minds. Imagine a lone figure standing in a town square holding a lit torch. The torch is their idea, a belief, a philosophy, a call for change. The flame is small, contained to that one person. Now imagine someone else or another group seeing that flame as a threat. Their solution? To violently snuff out the torchbearer. But here's what happens. The moment the torchbearer falls, the torch doesn't just go out, it shatters. And each piece of that shattered torch ignites a new, smaller flame in the hands of everyone watching. Dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of torches spring to life. You haven't extinguished the fire. You've started a wildfire. This is the essence of what philosopher Søren Kierkegaard meant when he said, "The tyrant dies, and his rule is over. The martyr dies, and his rule begins." You've moved the idea from a single, manageable container, a person with flaws and limitations, into the limitless, untouchable realm of symbol. And a symbol is bulletproof. This isn't just a theory. It's a pattern so reliable it's almost a law of physics. Let's look at 3 profound examples where an attempt to stop an idea instead launched it into the stratosphere. The Socrates example, the man who died for questioning. Around 399 BC, the city of Athens puts its most famous philosopher Socrates on trial. His crime? Corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods. In reality, he was making powerful people uncomfortable by asking too many probing questions. The Athenian authorities gave him a choice: exile yourself and stop teaching, or drink the poison. They thought he was offering him an easy way out. But Socrates chose the poison. Why? His death was his final and greatest lesson. By willingly dying for his principles, for the idea that the unexamined life is not worth living, he proved the ultimate value of his philosophy. His student Plato was so profoundly shaped by this act that he spent his life writing down Socrates' ideas, ensuring they would survive for millennia. The Athenian leaders didn't kill a troublesome old man. They created the foundational martyr of Western philosophy. They tried to bury questioning, but instead they gave it its most powerful story. The Jesus example, the execution that built a church. This is without a doubt the most world-changing example of this principle. In the 1st century, Jesus of Nazareth was a radical Jewish preacher with a small following. His messages of love, forgiveness, and a kingdom not of this world threatened both the Jewish religious establishment and the Roman political powers. The Roman punishment for political insurrection was crucifixion, a brutal, public execution designed to be a deterrent. The goal was to make an example of Jesus, to show his followers what happens to challengers of Roman order. But the plan backfired in the most spectacular way imaginable. The resurrection story, whether taken on faith or as a powerful metaphor, transformed the crucifixion from a defeat into a divine victory. Jesus' death became the ultimate sacrifice, the central, sacred event of a new religion. The Roman Empire, which executed him, would, within centuries, adopt Christianity as its official religion. The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. example, the dream that couldn't be killed. On April 4, 1968, an assassin's bullet took the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The man who killed him believed he could stop the civil rights movement, that he could silence the call for racial equality. The immediate effect was riots and grief, but the long-term effect was the exact opposite of what the assassin intended.
Dr. King was instantly transformed from a leader, a man with complexities and challenges, into a pure, unassailable symbol of the dream he preached. His face wasn't just on posters, it was etched into the American conscience. The fight for the Civil Rights Act of 1968, the Fair Housing Act, gained renewed momentum in the shadow of his death. His birthday became a national holiday. Schools, streets, and monuments bear his name. The killer tried to end a movement, but instead he cemented the leader's legacy as a secular saint. He made sure that every schoolchild would learn about Dr. King's dream, ensuring its message would be taught long after the man himself was gone. So what is this strange alchemy that turns death into life, silence into an echo? Psychologists call it the Martyrdom Effect, the idea that when something costs us, or anyone, pain, sacrifice, or even death, we see it as more meaningful. It's a kind of mental alchemy. The more the sacrifice, the more sacred and meaningful it becomes. This is why a handmade gift feels more special than when you just buy it. Why the things we sweat and save for feel more valuable than the ones simply given to us. Because the more something costs, the deeper its meaning runs. Imagine if it cost a human life. Do the math. Here is why it works. The ultimate authenticity check. In a world full of talk, action is the ultimate measure of belief. And what action is more final than dying for your cause? Martyrdom is the ultimate authenticity check. It erases any doubt about hypocrisy or hidden motives. As one analyst put it, it sanctifies the idea. The cause is no longer just a political platform, it's a sacred truth worth dying for. The power of the underdog story. Our brains are wired for narrative, and the martyr fulfills the ultimate underdog archetype. The story of a lone individual standing against a powerful, oppressive system, willing to sacrifice everything for what's right. It's a story that resonates across cultures and time. It's David and Goliath. It's the rebel alliance against the empire. It's irresistible. The strategic blunder, forfeiting the moral high ground. When you debate someone, you accept them as an equal in the arena of ideas. But when you kill them, you send an unmistakable message. I cannot win this fight with words. My ideas are weaker than yours. You admit defeat in the intellectual debate, and in the eyes of the world, you forfeit the moral high ground. The victim's cause instantly becomes more righteous. In conclusion, the lesson is starkly clear to everyone today. The worst possible response is violence. The assassin's bullet, the bomb, the act of silencing, these are not tools of strength. They are admissions of intellectual bankruptcy. They are the guaranteed way to prove the idealist may actually be right and elevate them to a legendary, untouchable status. The only way to truly defeat an idea is not with violence, but with a better idea. With reason, with evidence, with compassion, and with a more compelling vision for the future. You have to win the argument, not eliminate the arguer. Because when you try to bury the seed of an idea with force, you don't realize you're just planting it in more fertile soil. This is a heavy topic, but a crucial one. What other examples of this principle can you think of? Share them in the comments below. I love reading your insights. If this video got you thinking, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more journeys into the ideas that shape our world. It really helps. Thanks for watching. Stay thoughtful.